Good morning from London Gatwick. I am currently at the South Terminal and today I'm going on a day trip to Portugal. It's my first time in Portugal, and fun fact, I have some Portuguese in me. My mother is half Portuguese, half Indiana, I believe. And I'm going to Portugal on a work trip. I'm working with Avios, so by the time you see this video, this campaign would have gone live. This is going to be sort of a day trip / behind the scenes of creating a brand campaign. First of all, I love Avios. I have done a couple of projects with them. Aim of this campaign is to showcase how easy it is to collect Avios and spend Avios. I got myself a pastry from Gales. I'm not sure Gales is an Avios partner. I'm not sure, but there's several cafes you can collect points from. I know Paul is one of them. They do excellent cappuccinos, by the way. Got myself a cardamom bun and a cappuccino. I love Gales cappuccino, one of my favorites. It's good, but it's not the best I've had. The best cardamom bun I've had is from this bakery in Portsmouth. Very random, but the best. When I tell you, that was soaked in some sugary syrup. It was flaky yet still moist. It was delicious. But this one is a little bit on the flaky / dry side. However, there is flavor, which I quite like. It's good. It's good. It's okay. It's okay. I'll give it probably a 6 out of 10. It's average. It's average in my opinion. If you're looking to get into content creation, one thing you would encounter whenever working with brands, before you agree to a campaign and you sign contracts, etc., you'd be asked to send across a creative treatment, and the treatment basically outlines your plan for the content. And in my treatment I sent across to them, I mentioned that as soon as I get to the airport, I'll look for an Avios collecting cafe to have a coffee. And sadly, I couldn't find any in Gatwick, so I'm here at Gales. Because this is branded content, I cannot showcase other brands or brands that are not associated with Avios. So because this is branded, I've got to cover it and just ensure that nothing is shown. And it's just simple things like that. Okay, now that I have filmed that content, I'll show you the clips I got myself eating, as well as just random shots, these two. So there are no branding in it. It's very difficult to tell what brand it is. I have made it to Faro, and this is such a beautiful city. I just want to start by saying I hate the airport, and I know that's very strong because this is my first time here, but the experience in the airport was not very pleasant. I spent over an hour in there, and I got shouted at as well, which I wanted to say something to that lady, but I just couldn't. Anyway, we're gonna make the most of today. It's beautiful weather. So I spent the past hour just walking around, and now I found this cafe that I saw while doing my research visit here, and apparently this is one of the best local cafes here in Faro, and they serve a traditional Portuguese desserts. And one of the things I was told I need to try when I visit here was a Portuguese tart. It's called pastel something, so I'm gonna try it in here. I'm excited. That's what it looks like, and it's called, what's the correct name? Pastel de nata. I'm Portuguese now. So I am back at the airport. I had a wonderful day in Faro. I met up with one of my friends. They used to live in the UK and now they've moved to Portugal. Currently 4:58 and my flight back to the UK departs in approximately 2 hours. And this day in Faro went by so quickly. Faro is so colourful, it's very beautiful and seems quite popular. When I arrived, it was so chaotic getting out of the airport. It took me over an hour to get through passport control, and the staff were quite rude, to be honest. And even when I got to the passport desk, I can see through the guy's glasses. He was searching up some stuff on Google, and I literally gave him my passport. He didn't even look at my passport. He didn't look at my face. He scanned it, held my passport for 5 minutes, continue searching, and I could see through his glasses it looked like tropical destinations. Kept searching, and then when he was ready he just gave me back my passport, and I stood there for a good 5 to 10 minutes. I think the culture here in Faro is so much different to the UK. Everyone is laid back and quite chilled. I'm very much accustomed to go, you know, bam, bam, bam. But here it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more laid back. Apparently they close between 2 and 4 to get a little rest time. Iconic. I wish that could be in the UK. Anyway, I am currently at Paul. I treated myself to pastel de nata. I also got an iced cappuccino. Now the coffee culture here is so different, and ordering coffee here was a massive culture shock. I've only just realized how westernized / Americanized the coffee culture is in the UK / Caribbean, because when I asked for an iced Americano at the first place I visited, they brought out an Americano in a mug this big and ice on the side. Normally I would expect a cup this big. Anyway, this is the iced cappuccino, and they poured a double shot espresso followed by milk and cold foam to the top. Let's try it. Oh my gosh, that's really good. Stop. No, I prefer cappuccinos this way. And the milk taste is so fresh. I love that. I have made it through passport control, and now I'm in the duty-free section, and my flight is delayed by an hour, first of all. And this airport is quite empty. It's completely the opposite from my experience when I arrived. There's hardly anyone here, and the duty-free section is massive. So I'm going to have a time. I'm currently at the YSL fragrance section. This is one of my favorite fragrances. This smells incredible. But I think this layered with Tom Ford Oud Wood, divine. Actually, I'm gonna look for Oud Wood. I have found it. Oud Wood. So good. Social anxiety has nothing on me at the moment. There are many people in this particular section, but child is a freak. I just love Tom Ford fragrance selection, but I can't afford any of it. Like, these bottles go for hundreds. Oh, this smells so good. It smells incredible. I wish I could afford it. I just cannot. If I can, I would get one of each. This is one of their newest scents. It's very lavendery. Actually, no, the purple makes me subconsciously think it's lavender, but it's very floral. Prices start from £300. That's actually insane. Oh, Oudwood is 224. Not too bad for those who can afford. One thing I have learned today about Faro is that they're very famous for their sardines. It might be a Portuguese thing, but they've got so many varieties of sardines. And I went into a shop earlier that had various sardines and different fish and just many tinned fish products, which I thought was fascinating. And here are some sardine products in the airport. How cool is that? So I feel like I need to get a sardine to take back, but they're all €6. It's a lot of money. And I can get sardines in Tesco for way less. We've got a variety of sardines here, so many choices. Now these are significantly cheaper than the previous spot. These are upwards of €4. So I've saved €2 by visiting this shelf. I found a couple vintage Casios and I'm obsessed with Casio. I have had my Casio for the past 6 years and it's held up pretty well. And I've always said I would love to have a gold and silver version, and they've got gold and silver here. So I think I'm going to treat myself to one. Most of them are under €50, which is a good start, quite affordable. And Casio is quite a reputable brand, so I believe it's going to last me ages. I'm going to get one. I don't know which one I want to get, but I'm going to get one. These are my options. This is option number 1. What do we think? I think it's quite minimalist and beautiful, and it's for €45. This is the second option. So this is the classic one, and this design is more minimalist. They're both water resistant. If I'm being very honest, I think I prefer this style, but I'm gonna go for the classic one. Also, I want to get it in gold, but I think for now I'm just gonna get it in silver, and some other time I'll get the gold version. One thing I forgot to pick up in this city was a shot glass, and I found a couple shot glasses here in the airport. Very simple designs, but it's better than none. That has the Portugal flag, and this doesn't have a price. Actually, the price is inside, $2.95. So they're all the same price. Another thing I've learned today is that Faro is quite popular for its cork production. So they make a lot of items out of cork. Every possible item you can think of, they make it out of cork. And if you don't know what cork is basically the bit you put on wine bottles. So that little spongy type material, that is cork. They make hats, they make shoes, glasses case, plates, tables, chairs, you name it. So I might take back something cork related, but for now, grabbing this. I have made it on board and we're delayed by 40 minutes, but the flight is practically empty, so I got an entire row to myself. I'm so happy. My seat, it claimed it was a window seat, but there was literally no window there, so I've switched to one with 2 windows. Feeling spoiled. It's a bit foggy at the moment, so you can't really see outside, but we're going to be taking off very, very soon.